One of the best compliments I ever got was Aerosmith wrote, "Risk is to art what Aerosmith is to rock and roll," and I thought that was super cool. It's been a long journey since 1983 is when I started doing graffiti, and it was in high school, and I surfed a lot. That was my passion, and I was a bad kid. I wasn't a terrible kid, but I wasn't a good kid. Coming into LA for the first time, being exposed to gangs and all this stuff going on in LA, it was a very weird time. And I used to just kind of get lost and draw on my desk, and I'd draw surf. I'd draw waves and I'd write the word surf or wipeout or something like that. And I'd just sit there and draw all day, on my desk. And this kid came from New York. He transferred to our school. And he goes, "Oh, what do you write?" And I'm like, "I don't write. I draw pictures." And he told me the whole subculture of graffiti, and it's called writing. And they write their names on trains. He pulled out these photos, and I was blown away. And he's like, "Yeah, that's what you're doing. What's your tag?" I'm like, "I don't have a tag." And he goes, "Well, maybe your tag's surf, because you write surf." And I'm like, "Oh, my tag's surf." So that day I went out and I went to the local hardware store. I stole some spray paint. And I came back to my school and I sat there just waiting for it to get dark. And I painted in the bungalows. I did the big surf piece. And it was terrible. It was like the worst thing. I imagined all these subway trains that I was seeing the photos of with these arrows and all this stuff. So I did the piece and I went home. Came back the next day and there's like 400 kids in front of it. And they're like, "Wow, this is cool." And I'm like, "That's cool?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, it's super cool." And I'm like, "Oh." And I was hooked. Like the attention was, like, I loved it. The school authorities quickly figured out who surf was. There was only like 10 of us that surfed in the school, and I was the only one getting in trouble and arrested, so it had to be me. So they busted me and I had to change my name to Risk, and then I was a professional vandal from that day on. Michael Jackson was my first big push. After I did the Michael Jackson video, I had a variety of opportunities that come about, from Arsenio Hall show to MTV to Budweiser, Playboy, Coca-Cola, whatever. But that was the first big push from that point on. A lot of people loved graffiti but didn't want to go the hip-hop route, so I was the rock guy. The early ones were Ice Cube, hip-hop, and then Bad Religion, Chili Peppers, and Aerosmith heard that I turned someone down for some artwork, and they go, "That's my guy," and then they hired me and we became friends. For the paintings, I will start with putting the canvas on the wall. I have cans that are malfunctioning, that don't work, and I'll take a knife and I'll stab the can and spray it and make it all crazy and just make a mess out of it, and then I go back and start refining it. And I go back and forth till I get the image I want. The most prevalent in my work is build and destroy, where I make stuff really sharp and then destroy it and build it back up and only leave sections of it. And that's what you see a lot of, because if you look at like all the buildings with the old bills, post-no bills and all that stuff peeled off of it, that's a great look to me. So I wanted to do that without being a peeled off bill. So I create that with a piece of cardboard where I pat it and I pull it and scrape it. Forbes' article on the compound compared the compound to the Warhol Fun Factory. Warhol being one of my idols, and the Fun Factory especially, it was amazing. The compound is my home, it's my studio. It's a series of buildings. We have a wood shop, metal shop, we have a paint studio, a print shop for digital prints, frame shop. The compound is not only for my work, it's for everybody. It's for all creators to come, enjoy, learn, progress, forward-focused. The funny thing is, a lot of people say this overnight success and life is so great and it's all this stuff, but I've been shot, stabbed, went to jail, got kicked out of school, had to run away. I did a lot of stuff to pursue this career, but it's all been worth it.